I, 31F, have been married to my husband, Mark 34M, for 5 years. Our relationship has had its ups and downs, but overall we've been solid. At least, that's what I thought. The real crack started showing when my mother-in-law, Karen, decided she wanted me gone. Karen never liked me. From the moment Mark introduced me, she made it clear that I wasn't right for him. She always had this fantasy that he would end up with his ex, Lisa, who was more suited for their family. Lisa was polite, well-mannered, and most importantly, worshipped the ground Karen walked on. I, on the other hand, wasn't about to bend over backward to please her. At first, it was just passive-aggressive comments, compliments with a bite, backhanded remarks about my cooking, subtle jabs at my career. Over the years, it escalated to full-on sabotage. She'd conveniently forget to invite me to family events, spread rumors about me, and do everything in her power to make me feel like an outsider. I tolerated it for Mark's sake, hoping that one day she'd grow tired of the games. Then came the night that changed everything. It was a regular family dinner, or so I thought. Mark and I arrived at his parents' house, and the usual group was there: his dad, siblings, aunts, uncles. But there was an odd tension in the air. People were glancing at me, whispering among themselves. Karen, on the other hand, was practically glowing. Halfway through the meal, she put down her wine glass and cleared her throat. The room went silent. She made a whole dramatic speech, announcing that she no longer considered me family and would no longer acknowledge my presence at any gathering. From now on, she said, I was not welcome in her home, or at any family event. She said she would no longer acknowledge me, invite me to anything, or allow me in her home. According to her, I had corrupted Mark and turned him against his real family. Everyone was watching, waiting for Mark's response. My own husband, the man who promised to have my back, just shifted in his seat, looking uncomfortable. He mumbled something like, "Mom, this is unnecessary," then went right back to eating. I sat there, stunned, humiliated. But I didn't cry. I didn't argue. I didn't plead my case. I just nodded, put my napkin down, and left. That night, Mark barely said a word. He didn't try to comfort me, didn't even acknowledge what had happened. When I finally confronted him, asking if he was really okay with his mother pretending I didn't exist, he just shrugged. Maybe this is for the best, he said. That was my wake-up call. Karen thought she had won. She expected me to slink away quietly, humiliated and defeated. She thought Mark would just fall in line and let her dictate our marriage. What she didn't realize was that she had just given me every reason to fight back. Over the years, Karen had been reckless with her secrets. She had this habit of treating me like I was invisible, which meant she never really watched what she said around me. I knew things she wouldn't want getting out. I knew about the shady financial games she played at work, about the secret credit card her husband didn't know about, and, most importantly, about the affair she thought she had covered up. I started collecting receipts. I went through old texts, emails, anything I could find. Karen was careless. She left things lying around, thinking no one would ever question her. It was almost too easy. Meanwhile, she continued her little game. She texted Mark the next day, saying, "Now that she's out of the picture, we can be a real family again." He didn't even respond. A week later, she invited him to a family event without me. He hesitated but ultimately decided to go, saying he just didn't want to make things worse. That was it for me. If my own husband wasn't going to take a stand, I would. Karen wanted to erase me from her family. She wanted to humiliate me, break my spirit, and make sure I knew my place. Instead, she had just made the biggest mistake of her life. Because I wasn't going to sit back and take it, I was going to make sure she regretted ever underestimating me. Mark went to the family gathering without me. He hesitated,